So we're here today to talk about how you would test an alternative fueled vehicle or a vehicle running some kind of alternative technology. So the LoCITY programme is an industry-led programme which is committed to reducing air quality related emissions and reducing CO2 emissions from their operations in London. So today we have with us Norman Harding, the Corporate Fleet Manager at London Borough of Hackney. We've got Andy Eastlake, who's a Managing Director at the Low Carbon Vehicle Partnership. We've got Doug Simpson from the Environment Team within the Greater London Authority. Norman, first of all, can we hear from you about what it is you do in your fleet and how you're reducing emissions?
Well, Hackney Council has always been very environmentally aware and we're very committed to reducing emissions from our fleet operations. We've been running a high blend renewable fuel since 2008, very successfully. That renewable fuel is made from waste vegetable oil. But we recognise that moving forward we need to move to zero emission vehicles. But we also acknowledge that electric vehicle technology is not quite there yet for larger vehicles. So we intend to continue to use high blend renewable fuels wherever possible. Back in 2008 we installed a bulk fuel storage facility with 3 compartments so that we could run 2 blends of renewable fuel alongside standard road diesel. But we are now so confident with our renewable fuels that we don't actually operate any standard fuel from those tanks.
So Norman, you understand that what you do with your renewable fuel saves CO2, but you're not sure about the air quality implications, are you?
No, that's right. We've known for a long time that because our renewable fuel is made from a waste vegetable oil, that's very highly carbon efficient. But we don't really know what's happening at the tailpipe and what impact it has on local air quality.
Okay, so Andy, how would we go about understanding what the tailpipe emissions are for the fuel that Norman's using?
The key elements that are required are a representative test cycle and representative test conditions that really replicate the sort of conditions that Norman would see in the real world, and then a reliable and accurate test measurement method that enables you to differentiate between small differences that you might see between fuels or indeed across vehicle types.
Interesting. So you've developed 4 different cycles, I understand.
That's right. So we've actually got a suite of 4 cycles now that we've developed in conjunction with LoCITY and working with the Department for Transport to actually give us a platform on which to base robust policy decisions and technology evaluation for any of the new vehicles and fuels that are coming along.
Thanks, Andy. So Norman, we've sent one of your vehicles away to Millbrook Proving Ground and we're going to have it tested.
My name's Finn Cole, I'm Technical Specialist for Transport Emissions at TfL. We're at Millbrook Proving Ground, which is an emissions test facility we use to undertake our emissions testing. And what we want to do is compare different fuels. The testing that's underway at the moment is what we call chassis dynamometer testing. The vehicle is sitting stationary and the driver is driving to a test trace that replicates a typical drive of that vehicle around London. So the exhaust is extracted from the tailpipe of the vehicle, the emissions are analysed, and any change in those exhaust emissions we can then put down to the difference in performance of that fuel.
So the results from that testing look really positive. It looks like there is indeed no adverse effects. But Andy, what exactly do they mean?
Well, looking at the results, the first thing to say is that they look very encouraging. I think we have to qualify these results and reflect the fact that it's really only one vehicle under one test condition. But looked at on face value, these results really show, firstly, there is no detriment. The NOx, in fact, is improving with the different renewable fuels. We've also seen slight improvements in the particulates, and those 2 key pollutants are really what we're focusing all of our activity on in terms of air quality emissions at the moment.
So Norman, encouraging results. What does it mean for your fleet?
Oh, absolutely. It means that we can continue using our renewable fuels, knowing that it's not having an adverse impact on the local air quality. That's really, really impressive, and I'd really like to try and get hydro-treated vegetable oil established in my fleet.
Thanks, Norman. And Doug, what exactly does this mean for the Mayor?
Well, the Mayor's come out and made it very clear that returning London's air quality to safe and legal limits is a top priority for this administration. At the same time, he wants to see London's transport network decarbonise in response to climate change. So these fuels represent a really good opportunity where they deliver on both the carbon reduction and air pollution agenda. And we're really interested to see how the application in commercial terms can help fleet operators transition to more low pollution fuels in London.
Thanks, Doug. So for LoCITY and for the industry's point of view, this type of testing and proving is vital. Otherwise, it's not possible to be able to make investment decisions in technology, not possible to be able to start running these technologies where they need to be run in city centres without some kind of proof about them working. And that's what we demonstrated today.